If you would have bought this stock just a few days back, you would have got a rally of up to 50%. And in this video, we are going to discuss the stock, but not only about the stock, but rather about the business model, about what it does, about the challenges, about the benefits, about the future potential, everything. So, guys, as you can see in my screen, the name of the stock is GNG Electronics. So basically, business model, if I can explain it to you in just a line, it's basically, for example, imagine, Goldman Sachs or some major companies, they have to update their laptops. So let's say a software company has a lot of MacBooks, or let's say, any kind of laptop, and they need to update this. So what do? They do not, they don't have a specific seller. So GNG comes in, they sell all of those, so potentially thousands of laptops at a discounted price to GNG. GNG then does the checking about then repairing and all this, and it refurbishes it properly, and then it sells to other companies. This was their previous model. Currently, the only difference is that they are now also selling it to our consumers, so like me and you, and they are selling it via a store, and the name of the store is Electronics Bazaar, and this is basically their main business model. And guys, the distribution among laptops and PC and desktop, it's like negligible, because let me just say that laptops alone constitute around 70 to 80%, so that is the major chunk of the business, and this is something that you need to understand. And one more thing that I wanted to tell you is that this business is export oriented. More than half of its business comes from exports. But you might think that it is going to be affected by this war. It was affected by this war. No. Why? Because it uses air transport to like transport every single goods they have. So all these major issues related to ship and the Strait of Hormuz, they had no effect on him. So now, guys, if I have made a report. Now this report I've made using Claude. So if you want to learn that, I'll be subscribed to my channel. In just a few days, I'll be bringing a video on it also. How did I make it in just 5 minutes in detail? And guys, so if I can just explain you, I just explained you about the business model. Now, if you can see, the market cap of the current business is 6.5 CR approx. Their revenue is 1900 crores. So you get the idea, 4-5 times multiples of sales. 132 crores of profit after tax, current market price of 565, and guys, PE is around 48 to 50. Now I explained you about the business, guys. And then yeah, one thing I told you, after sales they also give 12-month warranty, so they have a good connection with their customers, and this is something important. And then they have solid and 4154 global touch points, so those many stores they have, so this is a well established business. Now coming on, they do all this refurbishment I explained you. Now coming on to the numbers, guys, FY23 was around 670 crores, then it jumped to 1.1 cr, then to 1.4, so the growth slowed down. But as you can see, in FY26 it's again at 1.9 cr. And same you can see with the profits, and you can see from 69 crores it's up to 132 crores, so the operating margin is definitely kicking in. Now if I could come to the income statement summary, guys, you can like see the numbers. I'm not going to explain you much, but as you can see, year on year growth was 24%, and currently it's 40%. Now the reason, let me just explain you. If you can see, once again, let me just explain it to you properly, so that, so guys, if you can see, 24% growth was all round. Why is this that the stock rallied so much suddenly? Well, because they, even the GNG management even said that they would deliver only 24%, but they over delivered. They under promised and they over delivered. And most of the people who are investing right now, even they have a thinking that they're going to over deliver it next time, because the FY27 guidance is only around, also around 25%. So this rally, I believe, is only going due to the beliefs that it would overperform. Now coming on, explaining about the business only. I explained you about the numbers, right? The finance cost, and recently the IPO came, and most of it was used to repay their debt, and this is something you need to keep in their mind. So their debt cost has decreased. Now year on year growth is around this much, and quarter on quarter, if you can see the last two quarters, it was around 40%. So if you can see here, it is around 42%, and this is something that we are expecting, which is why the market is pricing it this way. Now, if I can come into the financing cost, right, I would not go into that much detail because it would be a very long video, right? But other than that, guys, you can see the ROE is 30%, ROC 17%. They have refurbished over 7.27 lakh devices, and their inventory days is 126. Now, guys, this is one thing that I wanted to explain you. You might know that the MacBook prices have increased a lot, and who's going to benefit like from this, as the MacBook as the MacBook prices have increased around 40% in this 2 days, right? Who's going to benefit from this? This stock is going to benefit from it, and no one else. And that is why I believe, by the time you'll be watching this video, I believe this should rally a bit more. Like, I'll go into that in few time. Till that, let me explain something about this. So guys, if you can see the inventory days, it's not showing here, but I have it. The inventory days are keeping on increasing, and the major part of their cash from operating cycle, it's majorly stuck in inventory and somewhat in receivables. Now receivables, guys, it's not a big company, so they will have some issues. That's not like a problem unless they don't recover it in a few quarters. Then that might be a problem, but currently it's not. And guys, inventory, they are storing it when the RAM prices are increasing, so uh, they'll definitely get advantage from the time when the RAM prices are increasing. As you can see, the MacBook prices have increased. So let's say they might have brought second-hand laptops when the MacBook prices were low. Now, because they are keeping that inventory, they're going to advantage from it. And this is one thing that I noticed about this business, and I wanted to tell you about it. So guys, you can see negative is negative cash flow from operating, but this is definitely not negative. If a company is in an expansion phase, then cash from operating cycle, need not to be positive. It's not necessary that it will be positive, and this is something you need to note down. So AI might generate the report, but you need to use your own mind to form your own thesis and reports, guys. So, and then we have some bear case, base case, bull case. Now, how do we do all these things, guys? I'll be explaining it to you, in the next video. You can like subscribe, and it will be coming out soon. But you can see, we can price the business, as per, like, if I let's say the revenue growth is around 40% currently, then what will be the revenue estimate, EBITDA price, what will be the PE? If you want a target PE multiple, then these all things will change. So this is something that you can make bull case, bear case. So as bull case, I believe it could surpass more than 40 to 40% of their revenue growth quarter on quarter. But that is totally, I cannot say anything. Let's wait for their June results. So guys, bear case, best case, and bull case, you can see 40% AI upgraded, so the target price is 1100. Don't go on this right now. So guys, tailwinds and headwinds, I believe tailwinds is something that helps the business, headwinds is something that blocks the business, so you can get it. Tailwind, for example, how do I say it? So rockets, the booster, that is tailwinds because it is helping it go up. But headwinds is something, the air, or else the shape of the or else the shape of the rocket, because of which the air blocks and it slows down the speed. So that's the basic idea of headwinds and tailwinds. So guys, the tailwinds are AI cycle, because of which the RAM prices are massively increasing and people want their laptops to be AI compatible. India refurbished market is growing at 30%, guys, and all these unorganized to organized shift. And then the margin is increasing after the IPO. They paid out their debt. And then, guys, headwinds is laptop dependency. 75% of their revenue is laptops, but I don't think it is a headwind, because I mean, if their major chunk of their revenue is coming from laptop, it's not much of an issue. And then geopolitical risk, guys, Middle East exposure, unless there is tariffs and all these things, you know. My point is, other than tariffs, the shipping part won't cause a major issue, and I've explained it to you before. Inventory days blowing out, and as I told you, this is not much of a big business, so it's not an issue, and it is an issue if it continues to do this. So that is something you need to keep in mind. Yeah, and one more thing, guys, in the headwinds, their margins in this business is very low, and this is something that you need to keep in mind. Their margins is very low, and it's not something that can be increased. They don't have much pricing power for the second hand laptops. So that is one headwinds that you need to note about. And then, guys, this is a beautiful chart about bull bear case, and then our take and all this. So guys, these are all the risks that I have explained you, and these are about the business. So bull thesis and bear thesis, so you can read it if you want. And then, other than this, guys, I wanted to show you about what my take is. So when did I get to know about this business, guys? Goldman Sachs just took a 4% stake a few days back, so they took around this price, I believe, 450, and that is when I got to know about this business, I guess via Money Control. And I should have taken the position, but obviously, I cannot recklessly take positions because I cannot risk, the capital currently. I should be sure of it. So, guys, I don't know if they have updated it yet, but let us see. Yeah. So, you guys, you can see Goldman Sachs, right? Yeah, 1.9, 1.9. They recently bought around 4%. I guess it's not showing, but you get the point, right? Goldman Sachs currently has it 4% of the business. So guys, here is the point. This was a trend, that it was following, and I believe that after it used to come here, like I will take the positions, like that was my thing. But currently, as you can see, it has it has done a breakout of this trend line, and obviously the volumes are massive, and I believe there is an upside potential, but I'll be taking a major chunk position when it comes, when it pulls back and then it goes up again. But it's not necessary. It could like definitely go, in an uptrend from here itself, and that's like totally on this. But if I could show you on a daily chart, guys, as you can see, it's like straight going up. So this is something that I wanted to show you. That's my thesis. Need not, it's not sure that you'll have to follow this, but this was an overview about the business. I did not go in much detail because it would have been a very long video explaining all the transcripts and their management guidance. I just gave you an overview, and this is a stock. If you like this space, you can keep it inside your track. The name is GNG Electronics. And if you want to learn about AI finance and about all these things and a lot more intelligent stuff, not the basic stuff as in go to chat gpt and do this rubbish things, no, about in detail, then make sure to follow me. I give detailed videos about these topics. Till then, this was your host Aman Jain. Bye bye.